Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and in this video, I'm going to be bringing you 10 beginner starting out tips that new players should know as they are diving in to the brand new Amazon New World game. If you're getting started, this would be a good video for you. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so let's dive right in here. And tip number one that I want to talk about is when you're starting out, when you're just doing side stuff, you're running around gathering, you're learning the world, you're killing animals, you're skinning for the meat and the hide, and you're just kind of developing in the early game. Over here on the left side, you see how my current armor status is light because of this bar next to, you've got the hat and the chest and the gloves. This bar on the right shows your current equipment load. And then up here, you can actually hold your mouse over it and it will show you, it will bring up the details. So then when we read light, while wearing light armor, your dodge is a quick roll that covers a lot of distance. You can actually use this to min-max your movement speed a little bit by roll, roll, run, roll, roll, run. You can even pair it with your abilities a little bit later on, like with the hatchet. You get something that gives you movement speed, but you also deal 20% bonus damage and healing. So what's that going to mean? You're going to be killing animals that much faster to skin them. Random enemies that you encounter while you're trying to mine ore, boom, you're going to kill them 20% faster. You're getting that bonus while you're just running around. If you're not doing tough content, you're just running around acquiring things, killing animals, and looting and trying to kind of learn the world around you while you gather resources, try to stay below that 13.0 threshold and make sure you see your armor status as light so you are going just a little bit faster during that process. Which brings me on down a little bit in the gear slots here, down to the shield slot. I see a lot of you contributing shield weight to your armor, your encumbrance, running around with shields that you are not even going to use, okay? Leave it in town, leave it in your storage. Like, unless you're walking around with a sword and board and doing tough content or something, do not wear a shield. Don't be running around as a mage or running around as an archer, trying to gather loot around the world with that shield on your back. Take it off, leave it in town, and it will save you a little bit of a hassle. Obviously, the trading post is a massive part of this game and a big deal during your journey and experience in New World. So just a couple quick tips when you're diving into the trading post, okay? Now, a lot of people don't realize, but you do actually have a limit. You can't just list things forever. If you go under my orders, over there on the right side, it will see you will see that I'm currently 92 out of 100 total allowed orders for your sells and your buys. So you can't just be selling like one of this thing, and just do that days on end with all of your auctions being 14 days long. You're going to hit that max, and then you won't be able to list other things. It will just, typically it will show like a spinning loop when you try to list another order, and it won't actually go through. I wish it would show you an actual prompt that says, hey, you're at max, you can't list another thing, but from my experience, it doesn't yet. Hopefully they'll patch that in at some point to let new players know, like, hey, you've hit the max. From what I noticed, it just spins there and like it's loading or something, like it's glitched. So if you've gotten confused by that, it is because you are at the max of 100 out of 100. Which means because of that, when you do list things, try to maybe save up for a couple hours or something and wait until you've got a little bit. Instead of just having 100 auctions of one thing, try to maybe, if you're going to mine and then smelt iron, do it for a couple hours and then list your trade. And when you do, one more quick tip, when you go to place sell order, you want to go ahead and change the post this order for time down. I like to go about 3 days. It gives you a little bit of a leeway, but you can see it lowers that fee. So if I max this out at 225, my 3-day listing fee is 4.43. If I bought this up to the default of 14 days, it doubles to 8.80. So come in here. You want to be pricing things to sell anyway, especially when you're getting started in the game. You don't want 28-day auctions. By then, you're going to be in a completely different place in the game. You want to be pricing things to move. So maybe even go 1 day. Nothing wrong with that. Take it down to 3.24. But up at 3 days, it's kind of a sweet spot, and it cuts that in half from the default. So those couple things will save you a lot of headache just knowing them when you're doing sell orders and kind of doing a bunch of different things within the market here. Next, I want to touch on Azoth management really quickly. You can see down here on the bottom right, we've got our Azoth count. I am currently at 927 out of 1,000. You want to keep this ideally between like 200 and 700 or so. Manage it in there so that way you don't ever get stuck not being able to fast travel. You can see here Azoth is used for fast travel between shrines and settlements and to craft more powerful items. When you're forging things, you can use Azoth to have a better chance to make it stronger. And then Azoth is primarily acquired by completing quests and closing corruption breaches. So you'll slowly acquire this as you play the game. You don't want to let yourself get to 1,000 where you're max and you're missing out on Azoth that you could be acquiring. And you also don't want to let yourself get broke to the point where you're going to get stuck in a situation where you can't fast travel. Which leads me right into tip number 5, and that is going to be Azoth extraction. You can see here on my steel mining pickaxe, I've got 37% chance when finishing gathering a node to gain Azoth, and then I've also got mining luck, a 4.9% chance at finding rare items. So if you are going to be purchasing tools in the shop, you're going to want to be looking for things like this. Azoth extraction is a great thing to get because, over the course of all my hours mining, I have gained so much Azoth that I would not have had if I did not have that perk on my pickaxe. So something you definitely want to look out for when you are crafting the tools and purchasing the tools that you're going to be using on your character. Trying to get raw resources when you can if you're going to purchase something, and then smelt it yourself or improve it yourself so you can get also the experience while doing that. So let's say I need to get some iron ingots. I would think about maybe buying some iron ore, then smelting it and getting myself the iron ingots that way. That way I can get the experience and the iron ingots instead of just going in here and buying iron ingots like this. I'm not going to be able to smelt that or get any experience. So it might be more fun and more beneficial for my character to go ahead and just get the iron ore and start there, then go smelt it, get myself a little bit of XP, slowly level up. And if you do that over the course of many weeks, that's going to be a ton of bonus XP you're going to get by not just going straight to the source and buying what you need. Go ahead and look for the raw material that goes into it and then do it yourself if you can, if you've got the capability and you're a high enough level to do so. But you do want to make sure and pay attention to the spread because other people are going to be thinking about that as well. So you can see here, you're going to be spending about 0.75 on the iron ore, but the iron ingot is going to be at about 2.5 or so. So you can see you are going to be paying a premium because I believe it is 4 of the iron ore to make an ingot. So 0.75 times 4 is going to be 3. So you're paying a little bit of a premium. You're not quite getting as much value for your dollar, but you're going to be getting that experience. So pay attention to that spread and see if it's worth it for you to go ahead and buy the raw resource so you can also get the experience as well. Next up at number 7, let's talk about water. This is very powerful early game. You always want to have a nice stock of water. While you're out questing, exploring the world, you're going to come across many opportunities to go ahead and gather some water. I like to stay at around 50 to 150, somewhere in there. If I start getting around 50, I'll make sure and stop and gather some. So when you see the opportunity to get some water, go ahead and take advantage of that and keep a decent stockpile in your inventory because it's in a lot of basic things that you're going to want to use as an ingredient, and you can also use it as a heal. So keep it on your equipped hot bar. You can drink it to get a quick heal. You can see right there, it pops up. It is healing some HP for me. It's a very cheap way to heal yourself while you're out in the world. You get in a fight, boom, you pop some water afterwards, and it helps you recover back up to full HP. So definitely keep a stock of water on your person. For number 8, I'm going to talk about a super good quality of life that a lot of people miss for far too long. So I want to make sure and mention it. And that is going to be when you come back from looting, you come back to town, you're wanting to put stuff in storage. There is a way to drop it all. You don't have to sit here and click on every single thing or drag it over. This arrow up here is going to be a store all. So I got all these jewel crafting and alchemy stuff that I want to throw over into storage. I can go boom and boom, done. Game over. I don't have to sit here and hold shift and spam left click and take 30 seconds to drop all of that or drag it over. You just click, click, done, and move on with your life. At number 9, do not run past free stuff that has already had work done for you. You can see right here, there is a wolf that has already been killed. I see people all the time just running past this. Like, no, stop and get that. It is worth it to go ahead. The cost of acquisition has already happened for you. It's something you can get for free really quick. I see all the time people running past things that have already been killed, and I'll go ahead and just scoop it up on my way to level up that much faster. So if you see something that's already been killed by someone else, don't just think, oh, I didn't kill it. Let me see right here. Look, perfect example. This stuff has not been acquired. It's been left here for me to go ahead and just scoop up. Half the work has already been done. I can just run up and acquire stuff very easily and level up super efficiently. Do not run past free resources that you see where half the work has already been done for you. And then for number 10, let's have a quick discussion about territory standing. You'll see these points to spend pop up every now and then as you're just kind of playing in different territories and earning these territory standings. So when you earn these, you're going to click on it and it's going to pull up an opportunity for you to choose which one to go with. Now, typically, most players go with standing gain and storage are the two that get prioritized most often. And then, when you do have a point to spend, it can be a little bit confusing on how to see where you stand right now. So you can see standing gain, I can go up to 19.1. Okay, what am I at currently? Like, am I going from 14 to 19? Am I going from 18 to 19? I don't know how much I'm gaining. So if you want to see these current bonuses, you back out of that, and then you click on the main kind of banner here of the settlement, and it will pop that over on the right side. You can see my current standing gain is 16.3. So if I took this point, I would be going from 16.3 to 19.1. Then you can weigh that like, okay, but I haven't even taken a single point in gathering. So going from 0 to 5 on gathering speed, maybe, but I think I'm still getting enough of a bonus to go with standing gain because this is something you'll always be getting kind of just in everything you do in that area. I think that might be better than the 5% of gathering speed, so I would still take that right there. Again, standing gain and storage space are typically the most common options that players are going to be going with for consistent progression in the territory standings. So that is some tips here that I wanted to get covered to help you out as a new player to learn some stuff about your journey here embarking out in New World. And I'm actually going to be cranking out content on this channel with a good friend of mine, Trigger Happy John, so that we can get you as much content as possible, as consistently as possible. It would mean a lot to us if you took a second to drop a subscribe down below, because we're going to be working extremely hard to help you out to play this game as efficiently as possible. And if you're a new player who's looking for a server to play on, looking for a company to be in, I will drop that info down below. Doesn't matter if you are a noob, it doesn't matter if you're new to the game. We are happy to accept you and enjoy this journey along with you. So the Discord information will be down below, the server, the company, all that type of stuff. And I look forward to getting more content out there for you guys. That'll do it for me on this one. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.